there. So before we begin, I want to take a moment to invite you to just come home to yourself and to your body. I'm going to take my glasses off. That feels better for me. Taking a few moments here. You're invited to close your eyes or you can keep them open. I'm going to go ahead and close mine. You can either focus on the ground or the seat beneath you, the space around you. If you need to wiggle or shift around to get comfortable, please honor that. This practice is by no means about doing something perfectly or getting something right. Instead, we try to create space to explore and create a space for opportunity to be with yourself. And as you check in with yourself here, you might notice sensation in your body. What I mean by that is physical sensation in the body. There's no wrong answer here. The sensation could be really subtle and small. The sensation can be really obvious. There may be more than one sensation. The sensation may come with a sense of ease. It may come with a sense of discomfort. It may also be somewhere in between. As I invite you to explore sensation, there also might be resistance. So if that is the case, you can be with the resistance. You don't have to try to change that. There's no fixing that. Maybe asking the resistance what it wants you to know. And you can do the same with any physical sensation you are witnessing right now. There might be a word that describes the sensation. Does your sensation have a color or a shape? You can ask the resistance the same thing. You might ask the sensation how long it's been there. When did it originate? When did it come from? You might ask the sensation what information it has for you. What does it want you to know? Same with the resistance. If there is resistance, what does the resistance want you to know? Yeah, so the intent isn't necessarily to have clear answers. You might get some answers. The intent is to approach your experience with curiosity and openness. And just see for another couple breaths here, a couple moments, if there's anything else that your body wants you to know as we share this short practice together. Yeah, so if you need some more time here with the eyes closed, you can keep your eyes closed or even pause the video. Otherwise, if your eyes were closed, I'm going to invite you to open your eyes again. Once you've opened your eyes, I invite you to start to look around the room or the space that you're in. See if you can notice 5 things about the space that you're in. Maybe it's objects, maybe something you see out the window. About 5. And then we'll come back together once you've observed that. So, yeah, welcome. I have been considering and thinking about the idea that our practice is enough. Like if you have 3 minutes for a practice, for a yoga practice, that's enough. You could end right now. What we just did, that might be enough. I understand that it can feel really overwhelming to try to, even make 15 minutes sometimes, 20, 30 minutes. And I will share personally, I will sometimes have a 5-minute practice, or my practice will be a mindful walk or my time with my dog outside. So yoga is not just about the poses that we do on the mat. And as you can see, I'm not even, well, you can't see, but I'm not even on a mat. I'm sitting on a cushion so that I'm comfortable. So I invite you right now to get comfortable seated. If you've been sitting and you need to sit a different way, sit on a chair, on a couch, go ahead and do so. We're going to take 5 minutes to move a little bit. I invite you, if I'm not offering something that your body's asking for, to please honor what your body is asking for. Okay? All right, so once you find your seat, and I'm gonna move this back just a little bit, hopefully the camera doesn't drop. Okay, so you can see a little bit more of me. I'm gonna move back. Okay. Still not what I wanted, but okay, that's better. All right. So finding your seat, you can rest your hands in your lap. We'll begin by moving the head and the neck. So I invite you to gently lower your right ear towards your right shoulder. Maybe noticing the left side of your neck. Any sensation there. If you'd like to add on, take your right arm, reaching it up and over for the opposite ear. Allowing the weight of the arm to draw your head down. We're not pulling or pushing the head. Breathing with ease. Maybe lengthen the breath if that feels good for you. Maybe just let the breath be. Release that side when you're ready. And second side. Left ear toward left shoulder. Easing into each form. Never in a rush. If you'd like to add the arm up overhead. When we move our head and really our neck, we stimulate the vagal nerve. So if you've ever heard of polyvagal theory, it's really important and valuable in healing trauma. That's a whole other video, and I encourage you to Google it, look it up, read about it, ask me questions. I'm happy to engage in conversation. Releasing that side. All right, so now we'll just gently, you can keep your eyes open and turn your head to one side, doesn't matter which side, looking over the shoulder. Stay for maybe just a breath. Maybe you make your breath audible. When you're ready, coming back through center. We'll take the head to the second side. Stay for a breath. And back through center. Okay, so sitting up as tall as we can. Bring your right hand toward the floor or the side of your chair. Reach your left arm up. I like to take an inhale breath here to get a little more reach, and then slowly side bend to the right. Now as you side bend to your right, notice this left hip. I'm pointing at my hip. You can't see it, but it's there. Notice if it starts to lift up. All right, and just see what happens in the side body sensation as the hip. You can even explore that. Lift the hip up. Doesn't have to come far. And then bring your left hip or sit bone back down toward the ground. It'll probably increase the sensation in the stretch in the side body. Just enough of a practice for today. When you're ready, Coming up through center, let's take the arms out wide for a moment. Maybe turn your palms to face up. Maybe your chin lifts. Lifting the head back up to neutral. And we'll take the second side. Just enough. So again, you can explore on this side, lifting that sit bone and setting it back down. Oh, I forgot to offer this on the first side. You're always welcome with that top arm to bend the elbow, let the arm kind of relax here, soften. You're also welcome to maybe look up or look down. And I invite you to just notice sensation in that right side of the body. In your own time, come back up. We'll keep the arms wide, but this time bend both elbows for cactus arms. Maybe again, inhale, lift your gaze. Breathing here. And we'll release the arms and bring the head back to neutral. So for me right now, I'm noticing I just want to do a little shoulder roll. You might come into a few breaths of stillness, or you can join me in this shoulder roll. So that's just, right, like a little example. I felt my body really just wanting to go into the shoulder roll. Okay. Yeah, and this like side rib movement I've really been loving lately. We'll explore one more form here together. We'll take a twist, so as you're ready, you can lengthen your spine on your inhale, and as you exhale, I invite you to gently twist to the right, bringing your right hand beside you or behind you. I've got mine on my bolster, and your left hand to your right leg, anywhere on the leg. For some people it reaches the knee, some people it's the shin, the thigh. See where your head wants to turn. And I welcome you in this twist to explore working with breath a little bit by inhaling and sitting up maybe a little taller, find a little more length of the spine. Exhale, finding maybe just the teeniest little bit more rotation, if that's available to you. And it could be so teeny that no one would notice except you, right? This practice is about you and your experience. What does it feel like as the witness of your own experience? Coming back through center when you're ready. Taking a breath. Oh yeah, maybe shaking that out. Maybe shake the arms, the hands out. We'll explore our second side when you're ready, twisting to the left. So again, you can explore inhaling, maybe finding a little more length through your spine, and exhaling, maybe a little more rotation. Again, it can be super subtle. Noticing any sensation here. You don't have to have words for sensations. You don't have to know why they're there in this practice. This is just about being present, noticing sensation, maybe getting curious about them. When you're ready, we'll slowly unwind, come back through center. And if you'd like to incorporate a little bit of vinyasa here, arms reach down beside you. And as you inhale, I invite you to circle your arms out, around, and up as high as you'd like to take them. They might stay here, they might be up, maybe your palms touch. Exhale, taking the arms down. We'll do two more like that. If you'd like, you can inhale, lift your gaze as your arms come up. Exhale, your arms come down, maybe drop the head or lower the head. One more time. Lifting up and lowering. All right. So if you want to incorporate one last form here, I've been sitting cross-legged. I'm going to move back a little bit and take my legs out in front of me. Maybe shake the legs out side to side or up and down, or circle your ankles. You can support yourself with your hands beside you or behind you. You can also sit up on a cushion here. We'll explore a seated forward fold. One way to do this is with your knees bent, arms wrap around the shins, and slowly release forward. Right, so this might feel really comforting, might feel more available. Another option would be to have the legs straighter on the ground, and just let your legs be relaxed. Don't worry about flexing the feet for today, and let your torso drape over your legs. My torso isn't touching my legs at all. My hands are on the ground, so you can find a spot for your hands. What sensations arise here? Almost like what is calling for your attention? What in your body, right, is calling or asking for your attention? I invite you to explore what you feel in the backs of the legs. If you're feeling a lot in your low back, I really encourage you to bend your knees and maybe explore that first variation that we tried. And when you're ready, let's find our way back up. Okay, coming back to a seat, I'm going to close the practice here. Just finding a seat. Can bring your hands to your heart. You can bring a hand to your abdomen and a hand to your heart. And I invite you to explore breath here. We'll take 3 breaths. And as best you can, just 3 deep breaths, however deep you want to take the breaths. As you inhale, taking the breath toward both hands. And exhale fully. Now with the hands on the chest and the abdomen, maybe noticing some movement that your breath creates. So 2 more breaths. So inhaling and exhaling. Last one, inhaling. And exhaling. Maybe you take your hands towards your heart. Maybe you close your eyes. You're welcome to either bow your head forward. Stay right here, noticing your heart, the space around your heart, just bringing energy and attention to your heart, acknowledging the wisdom in your heart, and maybe asking your heart, what do you want me to know? Maybe reminding your heart that you're listening right now, you're making space and time, and thanking yourself for taking this time today to practice, to return to yourself, to check in with love, with compassion and care. So thank you for joining me. If you feel like you would like some extended time to meditate or relax and lie down on the floor in a relaxation pose or Shavasana, I encourage that. As always, follow your wise body. Thank you.